Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Tuesday, September 22nd, 2009. Well, the markets are trading slightly to the upside today, although it is a very minor move overall. This is a very fascinating day, and I did some commentary on the blog today about why today is such a fascinating day, and I'm going to go over all that stuff today. But what you're seeing right now is some key levels. These are the same levels that I've given to my premium guys every night and that they're setting themselves up for every day, and you can see directly right now how important these levels are. Just look at the green line alone. This green line at the top of the chart here that you're seeing here on the intraday SPY, look at each hit and the sell-off that's come off of that hit. That is a master level on the charts right around this 107.35 level. It is a beautiful sell here on the couple last candles of the day. So you're seeing the market actually come in off the highs right now, although we are still positive across the board. Now, just to give you a little bit of an idea where we sit right now, the Dow is up 43 points, the NASDAQ up about 7, and the S&P up about 6. So you're basically up a third of a percent to half a percent across the board here. Nice sell going on here, actually at another trend line right here at 107 that you're hitting. But this is a nice little sell action going on here as we are starting to come in. Now, what's so interesting about today? Why did I do such extra commentary on the blog today on In the Money Stocks Rant and Rave blog? Because we're seeing some key things going on here that are actually unbelievably fascinating, and I'm going to express them to you all today because I want you to know this going into the remainder of the week. Now, again, we have the Federal Reserve tomorrow. Their FOMC policy statement will be out at 2:15 Eastern Time. But bottom line is that you're seeing the dollar getting smacked today, and I mean smacked down today hard. And that dollar getting smacked down generally on the gap down that we had in the dollar today, which was down on the UUP as much as 20 to 25 cents, you would see this market gapping up 100 to 200 points. I mean, that's how big of a drop it is. In fact, after 2 days of current bounces in the dollar, we actually retraced and made a new 52-week low on the dollar today before bouncing off those lows. So my point is this, and by the way, folks, just draw your attention. These trend lines are awesome. You're actually viewing these trend lines. Look at that hit. Look at the bounce you're getting off that white trend line on the chart here as it trades live in front of you with me doing this commentary. But bottom line is, this dollar coming down as hard as it came down today, you should have seen a bigger move up in the market. So my question is this: are we starting to see a little bit of a change in character possibly starting to emerge here, where the dollar does not have the same impact as it falls down because maybe people are getting a little scared? Maybe the dollar falling this much is not a good thing. How? Where does it stop? Where does the Fed stop printing money? All these things could be starting to wear on the market, and it's very fascinating to note that in general, when you have the dollar falling, the markets are up very nicely, and the more the dollar falls, the more it's up. But look at this UUP today. Here's the dollar index, folks. Look at this. This is where we closed yesterday right here. This is where we opened today. All right, in fact, this is right where we opened today. Look at the gap down in this. This is not a small move on the dollar, folks. This is a huge move on the dollar. You're looking at the UUP, which is the dollar ETF here, traded here. Now, what the key is, again, folks, the beautiful thing about this market, again, is that on this type of gap down, you should be seeing this market up 100 on the Dow, 150 on the Dow, in my opinion. I mean, we're down 20 cents on the UUP. That is a big move for the dollar here to the downside. So the fact that you're not, you have to start to look at that and say, what does this mean? Does this mean anything more than just a near-term fluctuation in the dollar? Or could we be on pause for the Fed tomorrow? Or are we actually looking at a dollar where the dollar starting to fall would actually turn into a negative for this market? These are all questions you have to look at, you have to think about, because they're very important. All right, because if we have that change, then all of a sudden, would that mean that the dollar going up would actually be a positive for the market instead of down? How would that all work? What would happen? What would be the course of action on the oil front as well? Because remember, falling dollar means an up oil price, and we do have oil higher today. But again, when you have oil up like it is today, and I'll put up the USO, look at the move up here. Here's where you closed yesterday. Here's where you are today. That's a nice solid gap up and trade pretty much up to sideways here across the day. And again, the markets to have the Dow up 40 points is by no means a big move up. So again, I'm just pointing out these disparities because I think it's important as traders, as swing traders, as long-term investors, that you really start to look at these little pieces of the puzzle and put them together in the market. All right, and whenever you see a little fluctuation where it's not a one-for-one, for instance, the fact that the dollar's down here, when you're not seeing the market up there, we have to step back and say, what's going on here? Could this be something more significant? Now, let's go back to the SPY. Beautiful sell here on the SPY. But long story short, the market did gap up on the week dollar and then sold a little bounce, sold a little more. As the dollar made new lows and 52-week lows, the market's actually pushed to new highs. And then as the dollar's crept up a little bit, you're seeing the market coming in. But again, the point is, the big thing I want you to take from today's video, folks, is realize that the dollar is a key component here, and you're starting to see a little decoupling, a minor. It's very minor right now because you're still seeing a weak dollar, the markets are still up. So you still have that kind of disparity, that inverse proportionality to this market, but it's not in the necessarily the same amount that you would think that there would be based on the drop in the dollar today. All right. In return, oil is up, gold is up. Gold is having a very nice day today, up about $10 to $14. Oil is up about $1.50 or so today on the day as well, having a nice little pop. But watch this market. This 107 level is key. Look at the levels here today, how beautiful they've worked. The white level, the green level, even all the way down to this blue trend line. By the way, this trend line extends all the way back to the highs on the market back last Thursday. If you connect that high to Thursday to Friday right here and connect it to yesterday's high, you can see how that was a major pullback level that we called on the intraday yesterday for our premium guys in the chat room. Sure enough, what happens here is you started to rally up. You gapped above it today. So remember, when resistance gets taken out and it gets taken out to the upside, it becomes support to the downside. And you can see as the market fell down, this one came right here. Look at that right there. And then this one right here on top of that blue line, that's a very good buying opportunity, especially this 20 moving average right there. And look at the market go off. So again, you can play these levels just like, you could do it in your sleep, honestly. If you have these levels in, you could even, do it by computer. You almost think that you'd have to be able to have a great computer program that would be able to do all this trading for you. But remember, everything I'm showing you on an intraday, in the nightly videos, I go over on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly charts, on all the charts for all time frames, on different stocks, on ETFs. We talk about oil, gold, the dollar, and the markets overall on all time frames. So whether you're a swing trader or a day trader, it doesn't matter, a long-term investor, you will have something to go off of in those nightly videos in the Research Center. Okay. Again, watch this white line. If we can take out 107, folks, on the downside, you actually could look for a little bit of a move to this pivot. See this pullback pivot? That would be your first support after this white line. It's only a minor support, but that's at 106.85. If you get through that, then most likely you're going to go down to this low right here, which is a key level. Look at how this was a key level, and I want to just show you guys this yesterday because in the intraday video, you didn't get to see the end of the day video, obviously, as that's for our premium guys, the guys that pay us. But bottom line is, notice the gap right here. See this sell into the close on Friday? That close, and then look at the high yesterday. That was a great shorting opportunity. And again, you have to be looking for this kind of stuff. This, again, apply it to the daily, the weekly, the monthly for those of you that aren't day traders, and you have a great success on all time frames. This works on all time frames. That's the beauty of it, with unbelievable 8 to 10%, really 80 to 90% success rate on all charts, on all time frames. You can apply this stuff, and that's the amazing thing about it, folks. On these levels that I'm drawing in on the intraday, it's to show you guys and really fully express to you guys what's going on. All right, again, market, look at that. I called that out. We called the green line right here, beautiful level. Now we called the white line for a bounce. You got a bounce. Now what are we going to do? What pattern are we going to form? How are we going to go into the afternoon? Is the dollar going to tick up? Is it going to tick down? These are all things you need to be watching for and understand that it's going to be unbelievably key in this market for the remainder portion of the day. All right, folks, that's all for now. You can look at the 60-minute chart, an interesting chart. You can see I've been doing a lot of diagramming and teaching on this chart here today to our premium guys in the chat room along with the nightly guys in the Research Center. But in any case, come join the Research Center. Come join the chat room. We'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.